Wouldn't it be great to lower your cholesterol simply and deliciously? Well, today we're going to make a fabulous recipe using cholesterol lowering ingredients that you probably already have in your kitchen. It is a scrumptious baked apple recipe. And if you like the aromas and the flavors of apple pie, you're absolutely going to fall in love with this recipe. So easy, just starts with an apple. And you can use either a Gala, a Fuji, or whatever you have on hand. Um, and you'll just need a paring knife. Place the paring knife at a 45-degree angle to the core of the apple. Place the apple on a hard surface though, and cut a circular divot around the top of the apple. Now you're going to love this recipe not only for the flavors and the ease of it, but you're also going to love it because it's naturally low in cholesterol. Oh, didn't quite come off. So I'm going to make another circle with my knife, but it's naturally low in cholesterol, low in saturated fat. There we go. Low in trans fats, and it's got wonderful source of omega-3 fatty acids. Now that I've removed the core, well, not the whole core, but I've removed that first divot of the apple here. Yeah, you can see inside, and we're just going to scoop out the center core using a melon baller. That's my preference. You might like a spoon or some other utensil, but you want to make sure that it's not going to bend on you. So you're just simply going to scoop out that inside and set the core aside. Now, I've had people try to use an apple core, but you don't want to do that because that's going to go all the way through the apple. And you want to make sure that you're creating a well for all these wonderful stuffing goodies that we're going to put in here. And so that the stuffing stays in the apple and bakes up nice and delicious. So I've almost got all the seeds out. There we go. And let you take a look at that. Wonderful little well there. All right, wonderful. We'll just come back over here, and now we are ready for the stuffing. Now, the great thing about this recipe, if you've got kids or you want to get the family involved, it's so simple. After you have removed the divot from the top of the apple, everybody can participate. Now, for the stuffing, you are going to need some oats, walnuts, dates, and chia seeds. Now, what's great, these are all great cholesterol lowering ingredients. It includes soluble fiber and, as I mentioned, omega-3 fatty acids. Well, the plant source from chia seeds and the walnuts. We're going to include those wonderful apple pie spices and, of course, a little touch of brown sugar and touch of margarine to pull it all together. Into my bowl, I'm just going to start with a few of my favorite ingredients. And we've got a few walnuts. And you can grind them up, chop them up, keep them fine, or keep them very chunky. I like them rather chunky because I think they add a nice texture. It doesn't take many, and you can easily just break them up with your fingertips. A bit of chia seed, maybe a bit more. And of course, the dates, let's see, can easily just be torn up and added to this mixture. Like I said, this is a great recipe for getting the kids involved. They can easily tear up or use kitchen shears to cut up the dates if that's a little bit easier. Once that's torn up, again, that's going to add some nice sweetness. It's going to add some texture. Let's add the beta glucans from the oatmeal. And like I said, a touch of brown sugar. Doesn't take a whole lot, but a little bit to get melty and kind of tie our ingredients together. I like to go ahead and mix that with my fingers. And if you've got little fingers around the home, they're going to love mixing this stuffing. Now for the spices, my favorite is the ground ginger one because people, if they know ground ginger, they're going to be able to taste it. But otherwise, they're going to think, what is that secret ingredient? And I love cloves. It doesn't take much, but cloves will add, the ground cloves will add just a hint of warmth into the spice. And cinnamon makes up the predominant flavor here. So a nice hearty pinch of cinnamon, actually, double hearty pinch of cinnamon. Again, I'm going to just mix this together. You're gonna love it, like I said. And it easily packs into our little well for our apple. Don't worry if it seems a little bit dry. The apple is going to bake, get nice and tender, and all that wonderful juice from the apple is going to mix with our spices and moisten up all of these ingredients. Now, I like the maximum stuffing that you can possibly get in, so I like to pile it on there pretty much right on top. I'm going to set that right into my bake dish, which coincidentally was a heart. I'm going to top that off with a pinch of margarine, and that's going to help, again, melt into all of our stuffing and make it taste really, really wonderful. Now, into this, I'm going to, or into the bake dish, I'm going to pour in enough water to come up over the apple, maybe about a half inch to 3/4 of an inch. And this wonderful apple flavor, the sweetness from the dates, hint of brown sugar, and all the apple pie spices, it's all going to flavor that liquid so that when that apple is so tender and soft, it's going to be delicious. I'm going to put my 2 apples in the oven and bake them at 350 degrees for about 30 to 40 minutes. Ooh, our apples are done. Take a look at how gorgeous this is. The stuffing has crisped up on top, and take a look. I don't know if you can see, yes, barely. You can see how the liquid has become brown and flavored with all the sweetness and the spices. Ah, cannot wait to dig into this. But alas, I bet I can just take a little taste.